Our guest today is a touring musician, is a social media influencer, celebrity, JJ Hannon. JJ, welcome to the podcast.
I'm so glad to be here, man. So glad. I really stopped making music at around 18. I really just was done with it. I felt it wasn't for me. I felt that it wasn't the journey that I wanted to go on. You got to be your own inspiration. I think that if you look up to too many people, it could put you in a point of you almost want to be them. You really just want to love yourself. You could admire and look up to others, of course, but you want to really release what your own story is.
APTHCRY on the wave. Shoes off, pause, yeah, let's get it. Shoes off, but the vibes stay loud. APTHCRY heat, yeah, I'm flexing in the crowd. Socks on the scene, that's a subtle little flex. Talking drip in the pod, yeah, we setting the next. Mic on fire, we vibing with the crew.
Check out upcoming episodes of the Shoes Off podcast early and also exclusive content by joining The Vault. Episodes like this one with Mo, where we talk about our best sneaker pickups of all time and some of the craziest sneakers we've ever owned, are only available through The Vault. So if you want to check out exclusive and early content like this, make sure to scan the QR code at the top of the screen or click the link in the show notes below. What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Shoes Off podcast. Our guest today is a touring musician, is a social media influencer, celebrity, incredible guy, JJ Hannon. JJ, welcome to the podcast.
I'm so glad to be here, man. So glad.
Thank you for having us. Or thank you for, you really are having us, because this is this is a studio that you set up.
It's your city.
This is your city. We're in New York City.
Yes, man. I'm so glad to be here with you guys.
Man, I appreciate it, dude. We've wanted to have you on for a really long time, and I'm sorry it's taken me so long to get it together. But
we're here.
But we're here.
Man, I've been watching your videos for many years. As somebody that's been, an avid sneaker collector, I really love your videos. The early videos, I decide, hey, do I want this? Do I not want this? It's really cool to see, man. It's cool to see your growth in the tech world and everything, man. You're a really go-getter, man.
You are a fan, man. You know about the tech channel. Not a lot of people know about it. That's amazing, man. I really appreciate that. Seriously, thank you so much.
Yeah, I got to do my homework.
Well, bro, okay, so you've got a lot going on, like so many things going on. But before we dive into you and everything you've got going on, I want to start with sort of ranking of the top 5 pizza places in New York.
Oh, wow. That's a rough one.
I know.
Okay, so I'll tell you right now, I don't like Joe's.
Really?
Yeah, everyone likes Joe's. I'm like, what are you doing? And it's more of a tourist trap. People would be very surprised by this. So I'm always on the go.
Okay.
I love those quick to go dollar slices.
Oh,
There's a place called Two Bros.
Okay.
I like that place. Let me think. Pizza.
Give me your top one. It doesn't even have to be top 5.
Okay,
Give me that
top
one spot
one.
you go over anywhere else.
I
You
would
would
say
take
really,
someone from out of town.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Umberto's on Long Island.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's better pizza on Long Island, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a hot take.
Yeah, we're going to have to clip that. So, JJ, tell me about how you got started. Obviously, you've got... Well, first, tell me about what you got going on right now. Do you have anything big in the works?
Yeah, so for the past 2 to 3 years, I've been working on a music project.
Nice.
Personal experiences in my life, things that have gone on, things that I'm proud of, things that I'm not proud of, relationships. It's a mixture of just me. And growing up, when I first was doing tracks, they were done for me. I felt that I really had no input in some of my original content as a whole. And now this is me. This is the story that I want to tell, and I'm so glad to be able to tell it.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
Yeah. So in the next few months, we're gonna be rolling out a single along with the full project as a whole, with videos behind the songs, some cool locations, just really reminiscing on the experiences that I've had in life and getting other people to finally, for the first time, hear them in my music.
I love that.
Yeah. What's it like putting out a project? I mean, you're in kind of the midst of it. I'm sure everything's already planned. You're just kind of executing now.
I would say that the main thing is making sure that the project, that you love it. You love it. I've made numerous projects that I've scratched. I have 2 albums that I just didn't do anything with.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's not that I'm upset about the work or the body of work that I put into them, but if I didn't believe in the project, you don't put it out. And as I said, it wasn't my personal experiences, those songs. So I felt that this is the story I want to tell.
Do you think that's something as you're getting older, you're kind of finding yourself more, and when you're younger, you're
Oh yeah. My teenage years were an absolute mess. There were times where I didn't really know like the hour of the day it was, and I don't mean that like there was just so many things going on. I was here, there, the other place. There was a time when I was 16. I was, I think, for 5 months straight, just traveling every single
wow.
day. Like there was a new thing going on, and that really was something. Like when I say new thing, like there was never a time where I was in the same place for more than a night or two.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
And was that like touring, or was that just
That was touring, that was appearances,
Wow.
that was filming different projects, that was in general anything to do with my career. I mean, and it was, I had representation in the UK. I still do. My representation is in the UK. So I would make the jump back and forth London very, very frequently. That, that definitely isn't a fast journey to do, say, weekly or every 2 weeks. It's a bit much.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh my gosh. So how did you get into it? Like, what first got you into music?
So I started posting covers on Musical.ly, if you guys remember that.
Of course.
So that was about 2016. I
Wow,
started
okay.
2015, 2016. I started posting covers, and it was great. It was a great platform for me to get my voice out there.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to them now, and I hope nobody else could find them that's listening to this.
Are they
Please
still
don't-
live out there, or
They're out there. There's a few out there that I would wish weren't, but unfortunately the internet is in permanent ink.
Did Musical.ly, when it switched over to TikTok, did it keep the same videos? Like
It
other
kept
shows?
the same videos. It did keep the same videos.
So if I scroll far enough down on your TikTok,
They're not there.
Okay,
No,
fair
no,
enough,
no,
fair
no,
enough.
But
they're
they're on
not
other
there.
pages.
Same thing with my original YouTube channel. A lot of the content that didn't represent me as a whole is
Right.
no longer there.
Fair.
And I'm completely fine with that. I'm happy with that. I could always unprivate some videos as I go along
Right.
that I think do fit me. That people that support me really miss. I just don't want. Those
makes
videos aren't up there.
Makes sense.
yeah, definitely. Okay, cool. So when did you really start singing? Like, at what age?
Oh, I've been singing since I'm 2 years old. There's never been a time when I was a few weeks old. I was whistling. I was always trying to get vocals out. I was always just like banging on to stuff, trying to create melodies in my head. It's something that I'm so passionate about. And as I got older, I've only fallen in love with more. And it's weird because I didn't see a way back. I really stopped making music at around 18. I really just was done with it. I felt it wasn't for me. I felt that it wasn't the journey that I wanted to go on. And recently, it took one of my close friends from Ireland visiting me. He came, and he's a musician himself, and we really just got in the studio. And I said, okay, wait a minute, I might be able to do this. I might be able to do this. And we just kept trying and trying and trying before I said, okay, this might be a good sound that I want to put out there. And I'm finally comfortable in a place that I'm ready to share my body of work.
I love that. I love that. What is when you're coming up with music, is it sort of, you're sitting at home with like a soundboard, you got your mics, and you're kind of just trying different things, or are you recording in your notes app? Like, what's your process? When
I
you
love to record in my notes app
Yeah.
at any time, any place. I think that just to get the first initial, melody off, and then you share it with some people. Hey, what's your thoughts on this? I've got a few friends. One of my best friends, Mackenzie Soul. I've toured with him in the past, and I'll just say, hey, what's your thoughts on this, man? And he'll tell me, no, I don't know, that's not sounding right. Or he'll add to it, or another friend of mine will add to it. As I said, as the best thing for musicians, I think, is to work with each other,
Right.
because everyone has a different idea of what sounds the best. And if you work with musicians together, sometimes you'll get, it's very rewarding.
Right.
Very rewarding when talented musicians work together.
That's amazing. That's amazing. How would you categorize, for the people who maybe haven't heard you, if you want to check him out, I've got links in the show notes and also, of course, in the YouTube video.
I appreciate
yeah,
that.
Yeah, of course, absolutely. How would you characterize your voice? Are you a tenor, baritone?
I could do a little bit of a rock voice, though.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, man, yeah.
A
I
little
could
bit
do
of
a
that
little.
raspiness?
Yeah, I could do it. I could also hit high notes, and it's weird. I could hit high notes now that I wasn't able to hit when I was younger, before my voice changed.
That's amazing.
It's very weird.
Is it because you've just been continuing to grow your voice and stretch the vocal cords? And
I think that vocal coaching, of course.
Yep.
I've got a great vocal coach, and I've got a few actually that really, really helped me expand. Because when I first started, I wasn't polished at all. Out of the musicians I came up with touring, I would say I was the least polished, actually.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I really. The one thing that I think I always had was stage presence, and I think that got me to where I am today.
Right.
I just know as a musician, and even today, I'm still learning a lot. I still need to work on my guitar skills. I still need to work on my piano skills. I still need to work on my vocals, everything as a whole. And you continue to grow and grow and grow.
That's awesome. Who would you say is your biggest inspiration in terms of music? Vocally?
Ian Curtis.
Oh, very cool.
He is from Joy Division. He is just such an inspiration, just the way he was as a musician. Unfortunately, we lost him many years ago, and I really love his music. And then Liam Payne.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of my biggest inspirations, always will be. And I really, just as a whole, I think that you got to be your own inspiration. I think that if you look up to too many people, it could put you in a point of you almost want to be them.
Totally.
So you really just want to love yourself and release and put out your own product. You know, you could admire and look up to others, of course, but you want to really release what your own story is.
That's really cool.
I love that. That's so cool.
You mentioned kind of bouncing ideas off with other musicians, artists. Are there like any people that you can tell stories of, like that you bounce ideas with,
Oh yeah,
or made songs
okay.
with, or whether it's just like showing them?
So I'm
something
always
you wrote?
writing. I'm always writing. I'm always talking to people. I'm always writing. I'm always seeing what I could do. I think I would say the coolest musician to ever like speak to me. There's some cool UK rappers I've spoken to.
Dope.
Age I've spoken to. Let me think who would be really really cool. Just spoken to, or do you mean music?
No, just like
musically?
talk about music, like show them something, get their feedback. Or
Okay, I would say any musician I speak to, the
You do
first
that,
thing I
yeah,
say,
yeah.
hey, I need you to listen to this. You know what I mean? I think that would be the first one. So I would be naming every musician
Okay,
I've
okay.
ever chatted with. Really,
So I guess the most impactful.
the most impactful would be that is a good one. I think sharing my music to Bryan Adams.
Wow.
That was really cool. When
That's
I first
awesome.
came up, I messaged him and he answered pretty fast. And he was so polite. I let him know my mom always loved him and supported him. And he was just so kind, offered tickets to one of his gigs.
that's
And,
awesome.
and that's something that, I'll always be thankful for. And that's a big name, somebody that has, toured every
Absolutely.
place. Yeah, he's done it all.
Yeah. We were talking a little bit before the podcast about how you're really great at, or you weren't saying this yourself, but I was interpreting.
I'm amazing.
Yeah,
I'm the best.
Yeah.
I walked in here and I said, guys, I just want to let
He's the
you know
best.
I'm the best. No one's better.
To give you guys some background listening, he was telling us some stories about how he met some people that I would love to say we commonly know, but I don't really know this person. So it's just, but like the way that you've been able to meet really cool people,
Yeah,
like
put yourself out
put
there.
yourself out there. And I'd really like to kind of dive into that a bit more, because I think a big part of this podcast is people who are watching because they want to eventually be in your position.
Okay.
And I think that what you said about putting yourself in a position to meet these people, or putting yourself in environments where you could meet these sort of people, is really, really interesting for people who maybe want to do the same things. I'd love to kind of dig into that a little bit. So tell me about maybe a celebrity or someone that you wanted to meet and you just happened to put yourself in the right place at the right time, and it just all kind of...
Something I would always do is put myself in a position to hopefully be working with this person if I really want to work with them. And if that doesn't work out, send a message. Hey, I'm a big fan of your work. This is what's up. And you'd be surprised how many people would respond. The individual that we were just speaking about, I don't even mind saying, Gary V. I messaged him, and I think the first time we connected was he acquired the brand K-Swiss, and I was doing some modeling work in some of their new gear. And that was how I met Gary in 2016 or 17 originally.
Right.
And then we spoke about reconnecting at a Knicks game and all that. So, putting yourself in a position, also, things happen for a reason. I'll tell you a cool one. I've always looked up to Louis Tomlinson from One Direction. Never, spoke to him, sent him a message, told him my story, answered back. It's just a matter of people you want to reach. And you would never think someone that, has all those messages, but if you don't try and connect, it won't happen. I tell you that right now. It will not happen. And even if it's just to be on that person's radar, not saying you're friends with them, not saying you're gonna make anything of it, at least make an attempt, Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's a good thing that I will say that if you saw my DMs with Lamar Jackson, you'd be if he ever looks at those DMs, it's embarrassing. Yeah,
Really?
So maybe don't be embarrassing, guys. But yeah, because I'm like,
I've
Lamar,
never.
I love you so much.
I didn't have that. No, mine was just, hey, big fan of your work.
That's
We'd love to
awesome.
work together. You know.
See, because you're cooler than me, man. Like I can't do that. Like I get infatuated with people. I'm like, bro, dude, I really
There's like 15 unread DMs to Lamar Jackson.
Is it on scene?
Yeah, they're all unseen.
No,
Bro, it's bad. Or
That's
like Theo
terrible.
Von, I'll be like, one time I went to a Theo Von show and I messaged him. He messaged back and said, thanks, man. I hope you enjoyed it. And then I sent like 17 messages. And I'm like, oh no, if he ever looks back at those messages, bro.
You know, that reminds me. There's a really popular CEO from the UK. He owns a drink brand, and I
Wonder who it
was
could
swiping
be.
up on a girl I was seeing at the time story, and it accidentally was his. And it was just like a picture at the airport, so like it was fine. And I unsent it, but unfortunately Instagram has this feature where it shows like something. It shows
Like message on sent?
No, it shows that I'm in his recent messages, even though there's no message there. So I know he was very, very confused by it. And let's be real, a lot of people are on their phones, and I didn't realize till about 20 minutes later.
Yeah.
It wasn't anything too crazy. enough that I definitely embarrassed. So it's a different situation, but I get it. I really get it.
People really do be on their phones, and like in a lot of ways, it's really great for connection. But man, it can lead to some terrible situations. The stories I've accidentally posted on my Instagram are just nuts.
Oh, I've never had that. I've never had the accidents. I've accidentally posted videos early and things such as that. I've never had a whole story that wasn't supposed to be uploaded.
Well, usually it's like I'm like in my phone like this, and I accidentally click send, and it's like just me, like my eyes, like what's that thing you want to say? Does your phone have games? Like I look like that kid.
You know, like-
But okay, so tell me more about your music career. Like what was touring like? And I'm assuming you're still touring now.
So we're getting completely back into it. I'm
That's
about
awesome.
to announce a few gigs in
shoot.
the UK and the US, and then eventually we're gonna head to Asia again, and then South America. I love touring. It was very, very hard for me to do it when I was younger due to some anxiety reasons, but I pushed through. And I'll tell you, when I was at the height of my touring was when I was at the lowest with my mental health, and something that scared me to go back into it and still does is I survived this once. So you say to yourself, do I really want to survive this again? And it's just something that I have to do. It's something that I have this thought in my head and dream, and I want to show my kids, when I have kids, that dad's doing this. He didn't give up. He didn't get this far only to give up, and there always would be that question mark in my head and their head, and I don't want that to be a thing in the future, and I unfortunately it will be if I don't do something about it.
Wow.
Do you think the low in the mental health was because of touring, or was it just timing?
I would say touring, being. So when I was younger, I had a pretty strict management team. They really had a certain idea of what they wanted me to be and who they wanted me to be and how they wanted me to be. And I think that caused me to have an identity crisis. I think that it caused me to have some social issues, definitely. And it caused me to really not know where to pick up once that wasn't going on anymore, right about the start of COVID. Okay, so for the past 5-6 years, I've had a team around me, this, that, and I still have, a team, but it's a lot smaller. Here's where we're at, and, it's just a different life. The touring part of it wasn't what was going on. And I think that I found myself, my lowest points, 100% were touring. I look back at different moments, and there were definitely some dark days, and I'm so glad to be in a place now that I love myself. And I think some of those dark days where I was maybe also worried about future success, worried about maybe not exactly proud of who I was. Like, hey, I want to be a little bigger. This person's here. It's something I struggled with always, is comparing myself to peers. There are people that I originally toured with that are doing arenas currently to this day. And that's something that I just have to be okay with and realize that it is what it is. And I can get myself there myself, or I could be bitter and upset that that's not where my career's at right now.
Right.
That's a really good mindset to have.
Yeah, absolutely.
I wasn't at first. I really wasn't. At first, I was very bitter. I'd say there was a few years that I was not truly understanding who I was and where I was at.
How do you think you not fixed it, but just changed your mindset?
Oh
About
man,
that.
I really did some deep soul searching. I did some different. I went to some different places. A place I love is Iceland, and I meditated. I've been to Iceland 5 times now.
Wow, that's
and
awesome.
I meditate when I'm there. I put my feet in the grass for hours at a time. I just really get one with nature, and that's something that I found to help me. I also am in a lot better physical shape than I once was. Not that I was ever in a bad shape. I think that I just wasn't working out. I run into the miles every day. I really eat healthy. I'm not drinking right now. And I think that was also a big problem with touring is because of the anxiety point, I found alcohol, and I found that to be an escape, and that's never something you want, and that's something that you really want to make sure you're on top of if you're out there on the road.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. Wow. Okay. I guess I don't want to completely pivot really quick because I'm not going to. I was going to ask what kind of shoes you're running because I was interested in the running shit and I like sneakers. But
No, you're good, man.
He can't get his mind off sneakers.
Yeah. Well, actually, because I asked the question already, what shoes do you find yourself running in a daily basis? What's your
Geez,
go-to?
what am I running in right now? It's kind of weird. I love running in Air Maxes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they were
it's-
designed for.
Yeah, I love running in. It doesn't matter. They could be 95s. They could
Wow.
be 90s.
You love running in bricks.
Yeah,
Let's go.
no, it doesn't really. I love heavy shoes though.
Right.
So when I used to play basketball, I was back in the day. I would wear anything from the Tim Duncans, the foam posits, to that was the first shoe I fell in love with was foam posits.
Oh, they're great, yeah.
Yeah, the first shoe I ever didn't get was the Galaxy foam posit. I have it now, but it doesn't mean the same. Honestly.
It doesn't. I
It
agree.
doesn't mean the same at all.
Yep. Really quick while we're still on sneakers, what do you got on foot today?
I have the KD Ant Pearl. These are the 4s, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, these are the 4s, and I love them because they're breast cancer awareness. And my aunt has breast cancer, and one of my best friends, Mackenzie Soul, I mentioned, he's a singer artist, and his mom had breast cancer. So whenever I wear them, I think of both of them. I, give them, a thought and a prayer, and I pray for everyone that has breast cancer.
Yeah.
Very, very serious thing.
Absolutely. No, I like the shoes a lot. My mom.
And the meaning behind it as well, Kevin Durant's aunt.
Yep.
I believe.
Literally Ant Pearl, yeah.
Ant Pearl, yeah. So,
Yeah.
it's definitely something that is serious. And I love the pink, man.
The pink is
that
beautiful.
hot Miami pink, man.
Yeah.
I think that if I was a signature athlete, that would be the first design. Everything needs to be pink.
That'd be a dope color.
I'm not sure if you saw them. David Beckham just dropped an all pink cleat.
I didn't
They're
see that.
sick,
Is it like an
man.
Inter Miami?
Yeah,
thing?
yeah.
Dope.
They're not there. There's just his new shoe.
Right.
And they're this hot pink, and it just kind of reminds me of the era of these, the pink foam posits, all those. And
Oh, beautiful.
yeah, they actually released the pink foam posits again in GS sizes a few years
Really?
ago. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't know that.
They did.
That's
and
wild.
it's like a slightly different pink.
Right.
And I didn't get them because of GS size.
Yeah.
I was so upset about
We
that.
need to bring those back. They really need to bring those back. That was crazy. I have a friend of mine who's just a huge pink sneaker fan.
You know
as
what it'll
yourself.
take? It'll take a WNBA player to want them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be shoot.
That'll be when someone comes back for them.
If we could get friggin' Sabrina Ionescu to rock them, or if we can get Caitlin Clark to rock them, and that would be amazing. That'd be amazing. Okay, so I do want to get back into music a little bit. I want to ask, so from your musically career to getting into touring, what was that phase like? How did that all sort of happen?
So I was growing pretty fast. I was
Okay.
growing, thousands of online followers every single day.
Oh,
And
wow.
when I would go out to, local malls, establishments, it was a picture craze. And this is maybe 2015, 2016 going onwards. So I, definitely saw I had something here, and it definitely was something that we wanted to make bigger. And all types of managements were reaching out, and my first manager, a guy named Michael, reached out, and he said, "Hey, I think it'd be a good idea to start touring. We've seen that you have a base here, and here." So it originally put me on these social media tours. They had great people on them, you know, artists such as Harvey and Mackenzie Soul, social media people such as Blake Gray, such as, who else was there? John Klassen, all types of different creators, people in the space that were just talented group of us. And we started doing, you know, maybe 1,000 capacities around the U.S.
Wow.
In 2016, 17. And then I continued that for another year or so with all of them. And there was a band road trip as well that was touring with us. Then I was able to do my own shows at that point. We got to a point where it was just me. You know, I got to do Asia. We got to do the UK for my own tour. Jeez. And we got to do the US as well, different states. And that's really the place that I'm at now. I would love to do, and I am going to do. I'm coming back to do some shows. And I think that's the thing I'm most nervous for. I really, I'll just be honest, it's always sometimes I struggle with remembering that I'm loved. And anytime that I do come back into things, the few times I have over the years where it's, I came to an event, I came to a friend's gig, I do get reminded of that. And I'm so thankful to, you know, anyone watching this that has been supporting me and really showing me love over the years, because I'm really, really, really thankful. I think that it's also part of why I'm coming back into shows. So I know I said I was doing it for myself and my family, you know, to be proud of me one day. It's more of also for the people that support me.
Right.
Can't all be.
Yeah, fair. What was that feeling like that first time you go from, I'm assuming you're recording at home, doing your musicallys, to that first audience where it's like these people know you, they're stoked on you. What was that feeling like?
Oh, it was crazy. I got the words wrong to an Ed Sheeran song.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Castle on the Hill.
Oh my gosh.
I was just singing it. I was letting it rip. And to this day, my friend Mackenzie and a few people will text me, hey, just the lyrics of the song, just to remind me. And then every time I talk about touring, the last, is that the song you're opening up to? It's funny. It's really funny. And there are some clips of it on there, because it was on my set list at the time. It was a good song.
Yeah, it's a great
Castle
song.
on the Hill,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is there a location that surprised you, like after performing there, that you're like, oh, I didn't expect?
Like
When you say surprise me, do you mean
Like the turnout or the
Oh, okay, yeah.
fan base?
Yeah. I had no idea the support I had in Indonesia, man.
Okay.
It was absolute madness, from the airport to the hotel to the actual event I did. That was one of the craziest experiences, and that's on the horizon as well to return. You know, I really, really appreciated the love in Indonesia, and not to say that there wasn't love. You know, many other places.
Right.
In the U.S., I love Chicago.
Oh,
yeah. Chicago is always an amazing city. I love New York. New York's a tough crowd, though. I do
bet.
remember that. Tough crowd. Very, very tough crowd. And I'm so excited because with what I'm doing, I'm New York is on the horizon as well. And I'm very nervous for that one. And you got to come out, man.
Yeah,
you got
are
to come
coming
out,
to
both
Philly?
of you.
We'll
Both of
come
you.
to New York too,
Yeah,
but are you
I
coming to
would-
Philly at all?
So
It's too
I
close
haven't
to
done
New
a
York.
Philly show since that would be 2018.
Okay.
I do need to go to Philly, so
do,
that
you
that
do.
could be. You know what the thing is, though? I'll just be honest.
It's a
as always.
suburb of New York.
I would rather have more people at the New York gig, because you could just get on a little train,
Yeah,
just
totally.
or a little
Yeah.
drive over.
Yeah, we drove up today. For the
It's a
podcast.
nice
like
view.
An hour and a half. Exactly.
To anyone watching this, when I announce everything, it is a beautiful view to come over the bridge to New York.
It is nice.
Just saying.
It is nice.
Just saying.
Shoot, it's and it's not as bad of a drive as you think.
Yeah.
And the train gets you there real quick. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like too, like I'm not totally surprised that you said New York was a tough crowd, because I feel like New York gets spoiled with just the amount of.
Oh yeah,
talent
you could
that
see
comes
anyone
here.
on the street. I mean, the amount of people that I just see on a daily basis. I'll tell you a crazy story. Not ridiculously long ago, I'm leaving. I was having a meeting with a close friend of mine on Park Avenue.
Nice.
And I saw Bill Gates, and there was somebody tailing him that was clearly, security detail,
Right.
but he was a regular dude. He
That's
was on the
awesome.
phone. He was just chilling, and that's New York for you,
Yeah.
really. And another example, I'm at Soho House this time last year, and one of the founders of Instagram's in there.
I mean,
So
so I get so
that,
how
but
that's
still, it's New
surprising.
York.
That's true.
It's
That's a
New
good
York.
point.
It's
That's a
New
good
York.
point.
They might not be in a random place.
Right.
So
Wow,
part
that's
of why it's so great to be here and what I love
Yeah.
about New York, I don't know if I love how crazy it is here, and I think that I will soon enough go into a quieter life. I'd love to. If it was up to me, I'd be on a farm with chickens, and
That's awesome.
I'd have a bunch of dogs running around, and maybe cats and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And maybe that is long term. You know what I mean? That a little more quieter.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, upstate New York, you don't even have to leave the state. You got like so much going on in New York. It's crazy. That's awesome.
Yeah, the second I walk outside, it's just craziness.
It is.
And that's the thing. I might not want that craziness much longer.
Right. Right.
It's a double-edged sword.
It is.
New York, yeah.
Yeah. You can really I mean, shoot, like me and my wife were up here for a Broadway thing last night. And we just were walking around the city, and friggin' I don't remember her name. The correspondent on ESPN, who's also a WNBA player, just walked past us just on her phone.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, I looked up, that's crazy. But yeah, it's just nuts, the experiences you can have here. And just everything that's available. Like I said, Broadway, every friggin' show is on Broadway. You got Hamilton, you got everything. And then, shoot, like you said, like just walking around. Did you ever see the video of, there's this one guy filming I don't know what it is. He's filming a video talking about something. And George Lucas is just walking behind him on the street in New York.
I think I do know what you're
And then,
talking about.
just-
I think I do know what you're talking about.
It's like, it's crazy. You just never know what's going to be in sort of what's going on around you. But okay, so tell me more about, I'm sorry, I get so sidetracked. I just love.
It's the ADD.
It is. Oh man. Tell me more about, so you've toured, you've recorded. How did the social media aspect of it, obviously you started out, musically, but how did the social media aspect of it now sort of translate in? Like, do you post a lot of your music on social media now? Do you primarily just post photos? Like I know, because we've gone through your Instagram, but
And
for
you have a
people who
huge
aren't-
following.
Yes.
Like, how did you grow that?
So my following's accumulated over many years.
Right.
I would say the base as a whole would be people have been supporting me. Some of them, they say 2016, 15, maybe even
10
earlier.
years. That's
So yeah,
awesome.
here we are, 2025.
It's crazy.
I would say the content in the past 5 years has been a lot of photo shoot style, travel style,
Nice.
some music, hinted in to remind people I love music still, to not let people know that I'm completely against going back to it. And now
Right.
here I am back. So because I never wanted to. As I said, it was a major conflict with my mental health to be a musician, and that's something that I just have to fight through.
That's really great that you've gotten through it and you've sort of really faced it. Like, I feel like that's something that a lot of people deal with that's maybe not the same exact struggle, but similar.
And
struggles.
and that moving forward, most of my content will be just music.
That's awesome.
I don't really love social media. I'm not actually on the personal side of it much. I have my Snapchat account. I have one of those stories where I post my vlogs and stuff, and it's not even me posting it. I send it off.
Right.
And it's fit in a way, I guess, that makes the most sense for my page, and they put it in the story highlights and all that, and admin or
Nice.
someone on my team, and that's the thing. I really am just trying to desocialize, because part of the anxiety point was reading the comments online.
Oh,
It was horrible. And in 2020, I'll give you an example. It'd be like, it's raining today. I'm gonna block JJ Hannon. It would be someone would tweet me. I had a bad day at work. I'm blocking JJ Hannon. Like, nothing to do with me.
Wow.
Like it would just be like a meme almost. Or
Right.
anything. And I even saw one person say once that everything wrong with COVID today is because of JJ Hannon. I'm blocking him down. I was like, what? And people, the meme of it would continue and continue. Like, I remember one morning, it was in 2020, I woke up and I was literally trending on Twitter of just people making fun of me, taking the absolute, and that's something that I didn't like.
Right.
I didn't like
For
it
sure.
all. I didn't like it all. And just people that don't know me,
Right.
my story, anything about whatever they're talking about,
Yeah.
they don't have any facts of anything. They're
Right.
just bored online, keyboard warring,
Right.
and that's something that I just don't read anymore,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, because if I do, it will put me back in that spot,
For
that's really where I'm at.
Wow. I feel like, it's people online don't realize that the people that they're chatting to or messaging, like,
Read it.
Yeah, well, I think it comes from a point of whatever they're going through
True.
in their own, or whatever
That's a
maybe
really
they
good
also think what
perspective.
they're saying is informative and important.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they think that, it's funny
Mm-hmm.
also, as I said, someone once said, I think it was during, it was either the Olympics or the World Cup, someone lost.
Mm-hmm.
I like tons of tweets were blaming me. I was like, what are you talking?
Really?
And I've seen
Oh
other
my
people
gosh.
struggle with this. I've seen
Yeah.
other artists and people, and it's just nuts the way people could just farm for, you know, and it's so obvious what people are doing.
Right.
You know, it's so obvious when you're trying to engagement farm and trying
Yeah.
to get a click or a like off of
Yeah.
someone, or, you know, and I really, that's why when I see stuff online about people, I always feel bad, because I know that they're really taking it, especially if they don't deserve it, or I know them personally. I'm like, oh, that guy's a good guy. I know, he said a stupid tweet or
Right.
said something on stream that he shouldn't
Right.
have said, and they're obviously within reason, but I feel bad that sometimes people are so fast to just get canceled out of, you know.
Totally. I've been thinking about that a lot. Like there was a little while ago, there's a woman, I don't know if you saw it, the Phillies woman who she's called the Phillies Karen. So she was going for a baseball that kind of
I
landed.
think I
in
did see the video.
Yeah, right. Okay, so it's interesting because in some cases it's like, yes, she was basically, for those of you that don't know, she went for a baseball. This dad went and got it for his son and brought it over to his son, and then she ran over and started yelling at him, saying, "Oh, it's my ball!" And who knows whose ball it actually was? Doesn't really matter. But the thing, it's sort of it's an interesting situation, because in one sense, yes, she was being a Karen, and like that sucks. But at the same time, did she deserve just this vitriol that she got online? Because this video just exploded, and it's just this regular woman, and like they were calling her a job. I don't know if she got fired or not, but like this lady's just getting just huge amounts of hate, which must be awful for her mental health. She made a mistake. We're all human. It's not like she did anything like illegal or wrong. So it's really interesting to see, even for the people who may have done something that's not cool, or maybe deserved a little bit of, consequence, to get like just this hate online. Like the hate online is nuts.
And I think that one's a little different because she didn't put herself there. Other people posted
That's
that.
the thing. There's a camera every place,
Yeah.
and that's a really rough one. And I sometimes felt that about my career as well. Whereas you put yourself out there, but you don't put yourself
Right.
You don't put yourself out there for that.
Of course, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's a very similar thing in a way. I mean, that lady knows going to a game that she could be on a TV screen, I'm sure,
Yeah.
or television screen. She didn't know that was going to happen.
And I'm
you
sure
know
it's
what I
heat of
mean?
the moment. She wasn't thinking. She was just like, listen, I want to
Yeah.
get... Maybe she was going to give it to her son or daughter. Who knows?
Maybe.
Like, but yeah.
That's not for us to say.
That's not for us to say, exactly. But it really is wild, just the hatred that's on there.
Oh, yeah.
And especially towards
Terrible.
someone like yourself who
Yeah.
doesn't deserve it. Like you're...
It's like, oh, it's raining.
Exactly.
Let's cancel him.
Like that's wild. Like that's really something, like that's crazy to me. And it's I'm sorry they had to go through that. And it does seem like like even growing up, like Justin Bieber was going through, it seems something similar. Like everyone
Yeah.
at school, like in my high school, would be like, oh yeah, Justin Bieber's, and beautiful voice, seemingly decent guy, like, and just the hate was crazy. It just doesn't. People just love to hate on things that they don't know, they don't understand, or that they're jealous of.
Yeah, that's really what it comes down to.
It
at the
really
end of the
does,
day.
man. It really does. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so in between, sort of when you were taking the time off, what were you doing for fun? Like what were you trying to?
Really
figure out?
traveling. I
That's
had
awesome.
I had a relationship for quite some time. That was something that I really was just enjoying. Living life. I have my cat. I love my cat Lucy. She's a Scottish fold.
Oh, that's awesome.
I actually got her from the UK, and
Nice.
she's my absolute world. She has been a big part of my life for a year.
That's awesome.
I'm a cat dad, and I also collect shoes, as you
Let's
know.
go.
I love my sneaker collection. I've got a lot of SBs.
Nice.
I've got some Jordans still. I'm not as crazy on the Jordans just because I don't. It's hard to keep up with. There's so many of them. It's just you're consumerism, and you get it.
Bro, it's crazy.
It is absolutely crazy. Every time you turn around, there's something new.
Yeah.
I think that I was doing a lot of sports, doing a lot of golf, doing a lot of fishing,
Nice.
just anything to keep busy. I was very blessed to be in a position to where I could really do what I wanted to do, go to the places I wanted to go, and I did. I really did some really cool stuff. I had a very amazing trip to Japan.
That's dope.
I had a very amazing trip, all over. I also spent a lot of time in Vegas. I've got some friends out there, and I love going to Vegas. That's a cool spot for me. I just love the lights there. I love the scene. I love the food.
Do you have a place, if you could only go back to one place? I know this is like a really hard, awful question. I don't know why I'm asking it.
I asked him before the podcast.
Oh, did you? What's the
Yeah.
one place you'd pick if you?
Is that living permanently, or what's the story there?
Do you think living permanently?
Well, I know the answer to the not living.
Okay, so
We
give me a
talked
not
about
living
before.
and then a living.
Okay, not living. I love Ireland. That is,
That's
you know,
awesome.
my heart's in Ireland. My dad's Irish, grandfather's Irish,
Very cool.
and
Which part?
Limerick originally.
Oh, very cool,
Limerick
very cool.
originally. Yeah, no, Ireland is where my heart is. I've been there many, many times,
That's
and
awesome.
I spent a lot of time there. So, I would say not living Ireland, and I would say only not living, just because I feel that I love being here in the States, in New York, and there are places, but I think living would maybe because of how peaceful it is would be like Iceland.
Oh, yep.
It's very, very peaceful someplace. And I also like the cold. I don't mind the cold.
Me neither.
I'm not one of the, I need to be out in the heat.
Yeah.
I'm not, actually, I don't do that well in the heat.
Oh man, dude, I shoot. My mom was Irish, and I've got the Irish skin, dude. And it's like I can't. I go outside for 5 minutes, and I burn like a. I don't know what I burn, like bacon. I don't know what I burn. Like I burn like
Yeah.
something bad.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I have, I can burn up pretty fast.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, the heat. Yeah, my wife is a big beach person, and I'm not so much. But that's awesome. Okay, so tell me a little bit about maybe some of your favorite encounters that you've had with maybe people that you've looked up to, like celebrities or anything, or people like that. Do you have any like cool?
Yeah, I'll give you a
Stories?
random one. Okay. I think it's always cool when someone you look up to, like I remember once I commented on Niall
sick.
Horan's live stream. He said, JJ Hannon, how are you? What's up, man? Keep going. Because I said, hey, man, I look up to you. Thanks for inspiring. Something like that is amazing. Like, wow, how'd that happen? Another one would be really cool is, do you know Ron Artest, the Meta World Peace?
Of course.
So that was my dad's favorite player, and he actually has a company called Artest Management, and I know him from my music career. So getting to actually hang out with him at his personal house and talk Kobe stories and talk
That's sick.
stories, or Joakim Noah, that's a close friend of mine. That's somebody that I could talk on a FaceTime basis. Hey,
That's
how are you,
amazing.
man? Come over or whatever. And I think that people like that, athletes that you grew up watching
For
or
sure.
idolizing, that you could know now, that's just like wow, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's
Yeah.
the list of those go on, and I think it's been so cool to see the way my music career kind of can coincide with an athlete's career that's a similar age. So there's a friend of mine, Dennis Smith Jr. He's a very similar age to me, maybe 2 years older. Is he 25 or 26?
I'm not sure.
And the way my music career, I feel, has kind of coincided with his comeback to the NBA. Now he's back on the Mavericks, and it's very interesting. And I think that, you can compare it to, if you're into football or soccer, whatever you want to call it. I think that it's very cool to see the way different industries' careers can collide and have a similar journey.
Totally. That's awesome. Is there anyone that you've maybe looked up to and want to meet but haven't had the chance to
Oh,
meet yet?
yeah. I really want to meet Sir Paul McCartney.
Oh,
I really want to meet Sir
that's-
Paul
that'll
McCartney.
be amazing.
He's someone that I've always looked up to. I think that I just want to say, hey, how are you, man?
Yeah.
Ringo Starr as well. That'd be really cool. Let me think. I think it'd be cool to be King Charles.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be something. That'd be a conversation point. Like,
Yeah.
just think about this for a second. Did you meet King Charles?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly. Oh my gosh.
I think that would be a very good first date conversation. So, what did you do last week? Oh no, I was just with the king. You know what I mean? I think that would be awesome. I have a lifetime goal. I've never told anybody this.
Oh,
this
shoot.
needs to be clipped.
Exclusive.
So, and I know this is the chance of this ever happening. I want to be a sir. I want to be Sir JJ Hannon one day.
Let's
and I do
go.
charity work. I do have my liver's foundation
That's
that helps
awesome.
people. So I suffer from a liver condition, something that I just, happened to be, I was born with and didn't know about until early 20s.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, and I think that if I could one day grow that to a point where we help cure something or really help people so much globally, that
Mm-hmm.
was like when I'm 80. If I could be sir, and if that happens, the title of this does have to be changed.
Oh,
I
yeah,
will,
absolutely.
I will have my assistant send an email in 80 years from now. I will tell you that.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing, man. Tell me more about the foundation. That's awesome.
So I started that when I got, when I was feeling pretty sick. So I went from normally, and even right now, I'm like 155 to 158 pounds.
Oh, wow.
At that point, when I was sick, I went all the way down to like 120 pounds.
Wow.
So yeah, it was a rough time. This would be 2023. I have a rare liver condition called PSC. Everything is under control as of now, and everything will be under control. I fortunately am in a point where they caught it early, and they were able to treat me, and I'm all good. As for other people globally, they're not so lucky. And I've also been able to have access to the best medical treatment, whereas other people are not that fortunate and lucky. And my goal is to help people with that. And it could be as simple as, you know, with my condition, when I wasn't feeling good, it was certain things were hard. If you got to take public transportation or this or that, you might not want to go to the doctor. Helping people have an incentive to get checked out, you know, get better, you know, and I think that that's something that people struggle with as well, is just everything that comes with having something go on, a health crisis, or even family members say it's, you know, I've seen in the messages on the foundation, I have a team that runs it, and we're still in semi-early stages, just at Livers on Instagram.
Right.
And I've seen people's family members reach out saying, hey, listen, my niece, my cousin, my daughter even got diagnosed with this, you know, what can we do? I can't get to this. This is here. I'm in this random place. And also, I find that different parts of even the U.S. have way better treatment for it. So it's just a matter of giving people that need it the best opportunity to get better.
That's amazing. I really love that. That's awesome. Very cool. Very cool. Well, I guess there's so many things I want to ask you. There's so many things. We had some really great conversations before the podcast. I kind of want to lean back into that a little bit. So you're a Knicks fan?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry to go like straight sports after like this really deep conversation, but there's so much I want to talk to you about. Okay. So tell me about how you're feeling about the team this year.
Oh, great. Jalen's a legend, man. Jalen is a hero. Jalen is everything that New York stands for.
Yeah.
A fighter.
Yep.
Somebody that doesn't give up. Somebody that you can knock down and he just gets right back up, man. And that's what New York loves, man. And it's not even win or lose. It's did you get back up?
Yeah.
You know, that's really what it comes down to. I think as a whole, I kind of wanted him to get a little more size. Can't lie.
Fair.
I can't lie about that. I think that there's going to be some issues there. Besides that, I think that they're going for it.
Yeah.
I will tell you this. So I had a friend for my birthday from Vegas do a futures bet. I don't bet.
Right.
I never bet. My dad used to be a gambler. I said, no, never betting. So he did a futures bet for me as my birthday gift. He's a gambler. And I didn't put the Knicks to win the finals.
Oh, wow.
I didn't.
Well, for this upcoming year.
Yeah.
Who do you have winning? Okay, see.
It was before there was like a whole thing go on. It was the Clippers.
Oh, yeah.
There was this situation recently I saw on the news. Before that happened, I had... And, hey, listen. It could still happen.
So I've heard that Pablo Torre, the guy who dropped the thing on the Clippers, may be dropping something on possibly the Knicks and possibly the Mavericks.
Really?
Because the Knicks, the
Jalen Brunson situation.
The Jalen Brunson situation. Apparently there was something a little iffy about that, and then similar with the Mavericks, like with what's his name, kind of defending the outspoken owner of the Dallas Mavericks. What's his freaking name? They always say that at the beginning of Shark Tank. You know his name? What's the guy's name?
Mark Cuban.
Mark Cuban. They always say like that Mark Cuban's been really defending the Clippers, which, you know, who knows if or why or whatever. But it just there's been some rumblings, but it seems like the NBA might really get shaken up.
What's he care? He's out.
Exactly.
He doesn't care.
Exactly. But yeah, man, I feel like for the first time, it's been really, for the last couple of years, because of the salary cap, they've really made it exciting in that you never know who's going to win.
Yeah, you really do. I mean, you saw Indiana was there.
Yeah,
I never had them winning it, obviously.
But the Game 7, I mean, freaking Tyrese Halliburton, dude, like that was, the dude's nice.
Yeah, he's a good player.
He's really, and it's like, he talks a lot of trash, but he can back it up. It's crazy. Like, I never would have given it to him. I mean, shoot, they made it farther than the Sixers. I love my Sixers.
Said he's out next year.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it really sucks. And the thing is, because of that, the Pacers have gotten rid of some of their pieces. I mean, same thing with the Celtics.
I don't understand what happened with their center.
Miles.
Yeah, that was.
I don't know why he went to the Bucks. Like the Bucks are going to probably lose Giannis. I don't know. I know nothing about the back dealings of the NBA. But what are the other teams? Are you all New York?
I really follow the Knicks. That's hard for me to. I can't even completely keep up with every move they do.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. That makes sense.
You're a Philly fan?
Basketball, a little bit of baseball, but I'm a Ravens fan, Baltimore Ravens, because I grew up in Baltimore originally.
Wow.
So the Ravens had a tough loss last night to the Lions, but
Joe Flacco won yesterday, though.
I know, yeah, I do love me some Flacco. Super Bowl MVP Joe Flacco. I love that his career is amazing because he's like in his 40s now and he's
Bring him
just,
back as a backup next
Yeah,
year.
that's what I want to do.
Let him retire. Yeah.
Exactly. Give him the
Ceremony. He deserves it. Yeah.
Shoot. I was kind of hoping the Browns would drop him and then we could pick him up and then win the Super Bowl this year and he could get a second ring, but I don't think it's gonna happen. We'll see what happens with that. But yeah, man. Okay, so before we finish things off, there's so many things I want to ask you, but the first one I'm going to do is, what is a sneaker release that you're looking forward to?
I'm embarrassed to say this. I actually haven't been following the calendar as much as I want to.
Understandable.
There is something that I wanted from my childhood. The Olympic Sevens. Are those coming back for the 2028 Olympics? We're talking deep down the line.
There was the second Olympic. The Olympic 2.0s, I think, came out. The Olympic 6s came out.
Yeah.
But the Olympic 7s, I think
Got
they're
those.
supposed to. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. Jordan Brand is dropping like every shoe that they've
I
ever
love
dropped in the
my
last year.
I play basketball and my Kobe gold medals. Those are cool.
Wow, very cool.
I love
very
those.
cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so you have a tour coming up. Do you have your performance sneaker that you're gonna wear on tour, or is your outfit determined by a stylist and you don't?
Okay, so I think I just love to wear. So I really wear a lot of Kith right now. I still will wear some Supreme. I love Burberry, and I also I'm a fan of just what I love. You know, I go shopping. I do a lot of my shopping in Europe when I'm over there. I try. You know, I'm over there pretty often. So when I'm over there, I do. You know, in England, I'll go to Harrods. Just even the everyday Westfield, you could find some interesting style choices. Here, I love the city for clothes, though. And I'll also wander off into, different boroughs, and see what different places have and see, because you just never know.
Yeah.
You never know what you're going to see with clothing-wise in New York.
Dude, for real. Even the thrift stores, man. I went to...
Sometimes you won't even see clothing in New York. You just be walking around.
Yeah, dude. We were here last week filming a podcast, and this woman walked by me, and I was like, maybe cut that out, right?
What?
She was like wearing like basically. I was like, "Yo, that's crazy."
I did not see this woman.
I pointed her out. You're like, "Wait, yeah, cut all that out.
No, keep
part
that
out.
in there.
Cut that part out. Don't let my wife see that part.
No
Cool,
shoes, no shirt, and you still get service.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. So, is there anything that you have coming in the next couple months or in the next year you want to shout
new
out?
music release.
Dope.
I'm so hyped for some cool collaborations down the pipeline, and I've also got, as I said, some cool touring opportunities coming up, and I'm so glad to get myself back out there, and for the people that support me that have been so patient to see, and then for new people to join the people that support me and really build something here and see how it goes.
That's awesome. I love that.
Hoping for the best, expecting the worst.
That's a great mindset. Because it's never going to be as bad as you think it is, and it probably won't be as good as you think it is, but at the same time, it's going to be probably closer to the good than the bad. I love that mindset. I probably shouldn't have gotten negative right at the end there, but no, genuinely, man, I'm sorry.
I have one last to wrap it up. Do you have advice for your today self or your 2 months from now self on tour or whenever it is? I don't know.
Yeah, man.
That you can listen back and be like, "Oh, I told myself to whatever."
That's a good one. So it would be stay strong. Keep that same mindset that you have, that you won't let words affect you. It's remember that you're loved and remember that why you started everything. I think that's really what it comes down to. And just love yourself as much as you can and remember that, there's a reason you're here and there's a reason that you are doing this at the end of the day, and not to give up. Really don't give up and keep going.
That's beautiful. That's awesome. Do you have any advice to maybe people who are starting out their music career, and is there anything that you would say to them?
Yeah. Post it all. Post all your music. Post everything, and keep messaging away at people you want to work with. Keep connecting away. Go to events. Show up at a gig. Start from the ground up. It doesn't matter if there's 10 people watching or 10,000. It'll grow if the product's there.
It's amazing. Where can they find you?
Everywhere. I even have an official WhatsApp channel. Literally.
Let's go.
For my fans in China. It's all my Chinese fans. I don't know. It's literally the only media they have me on. I don't have a Weibo.
Right.
And so they have me on my WhatsApp channel.
That's what's
And I was always, at first, I was wondering how it was growing so fast.
Right.
And I realized WhatsApp was in China.
Yep.
So, yeah.
That's awesome, man. Awesome. Well, I'll make sure to put all your links in the show notes below if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Music. And also, I'll make sure to put your links in the description below.
Thank you so much,
Absolutely.
man. It was a pleasure to be here with you.
Dude, it is so good to finally have you on, man. Seriously, I really appreciate it. JJ, you're the
Pleasure, man.
You're always welcome back, dude. If you're ever in Philly, come through.
I'm going to do a performance. I'm going to be the first performance on this show.
Awesome.
I almost brought a guitar and fooled
Oh, that
around
would've
with
been
it.
sick.
Yeah.
Oh, man, seriously, you
Next
gotta come to
time.
Philly.
I
Yeah.
will.
Or next
Episode
time.
2.
I will.
We'll do that.
Seriously, that would be incredible.
Maybe we'll go to a Philly Knicks game.
Let's
That
100%
sounds
do
like a
that.
plan. That's like
100%
that's we
let's
can
do that.
yeah we could definitely do
Shoot,
that.
we'll come up to
Let
New
me
York if that's
is Drummond still on the Sixers? If he is, I might have to send a little message.
Oh shoot.
Is he still there?
I don't know. I don't have my phone on. I know that
I know he's been a little bit of a journeyman, but he's a legend. Great guy.
he really he
Great
seems,
guy.
He seems
Mental
like a
health
guy.
advocate.
That's
He's been
amazing.
around, man. He's a great player too.
That's awesome. Awesome. Okay. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet. Thank you so much for listening. Check out JJ, and we'll see you all in the next one.